Okay, so today I'm gonna be talking about what it's like owning a Ducati. Well, in this case, a Ducati Panigale. So this is the Ducati. This is the 899 version. There's a 1299 and I think there's a 1199. But this is the 2014 model. Yeah, the original color on this is the white and red, and I think it's called like Arctic white or something. But over the years, me and my brother, we started doing some type of decal work to it, just to make it, I guess, one of a kind. I don't know. Other than cosmetic stuff, the only thing I've done is turn this red, and that's pretty much it. I'm trying to keep this as stock as possible, but yeah, like, and plus I don't have the rear. I took out the license plate bracket, but this is what it looks like from the side, and this is what it looks like from the front. And this one has about 18,000 miles on it. So I've had this brand new, and I think when I got it, it only had like 2 or 3 miles on the bike. But I guess I could talk about what it's like owning the bike. Alright, let's go for a ride. First things first, one thing that's very different from this, apart from all my other ones, is that it doesn't sound like any of the other bikes that I have. And that's because it's a 2-cylinder, but it's not a V-twin. I mean, it is a V-twin, but it has a, I think it's angled at a 90 degree. Which is why it doesn't really sound like a Harley the way it does. Oh my So, one thing that is very different from this compared to my other ones is that it's probably the most torquey out of all the bikes that I have. One thing I like about it is that it's very torquey. And I wouldn't say it's a beginner friendly bike, just because of how aggressive the seating is. Like, if I compare this to any of the bikes that I have, this is probably by far the most aggressive seating position. Now, you could probably go about like an hour of riding before you start to feel your wrists start to hurt. Then you got to start to like find a good position on your seat. You got to start riding with one hand on the handlebars. So when it comes to comfort, this doesn't have it. But if you are I'm 5'7", and I can flat foot the bike no problem. This does have a gear indicator, which is right here. It has a gear indicator, it has traction control, it has the ABS, and you can adjust all that. And this also has different modes, like riding modes. Like I have race, you could change it to sport mode, wet, but I like having race because I like feeling all the power. And as far as like the traction control and everything, I've never touched it. I haven't really played with it. Now one thing I can tell you is that this bike does get hot. Like, it works if it's winter time. Like right now, I mean, it's winter time. It might look sunny outside, but it's somewhat cold outside. But it acts like a heat warmer. Acts like a heater. It does have a quick shifter, but only going up. Oh my God. The power on this is too much sometimes. But this is my baby. This is probably my favorite bike that I own. Let's talk about problems with the bike. So, me personally, I've never had any issues with the bike. I take that back. I've only had one issue, the slave cylinder for the clutch. Not this one over here, but the one down here by my left foot. Like, if it gets too hot, it starts to have a spring type of feeling on the clutch. When you pull in the clutch, it has it doesn't feel butter. It doesn't feel like butter, because when you pull it in, it feels like a spring is keeping it from pulling it in. But that was only the issue that I got, and it was a simple fix, which was just switching out the screw on the slave cylinder. So that was about it. Other than that, I have 18,000 miles on it, and I've had no issues ever since. One thing I'll do, I'll probably do like a 0 to 60 on the on-ramp. That's what I'll do. We'll go on the on-ramp. I'll show you guys how quickly it gets to speed. Never mind, maybe we won't see the slipper clutch in action. We got too much traffic over here. So I could name out my top 5 what I like about it. So number 1, I would have to go with the motor. every bump, I mean, I wouldn't say every bump, but it just feels like it's not meant for the street, it's meant for the track. And that's what it feels like. Nothing about it speaks comfort, for sure. It's not comfortable. But if you try to take it out to the canyons, oh yeah, it's so light. Another thing is, number two, I would say the brakes. The brakes are really strong on this. This is probably the best brakes I have compared to all the other ones. I think the second one would have to be the ZX6R. That one has some good brakes, but it's probably just because it's brand new, or it only has 2,000 miles on it. 3 would have to be so 3 would have to be the looks. Just the appearance, like from every angle, you could look at it from the side, the front, the back. It looks good from any angle. The clutch on this, every gear that you want to shift into, oh my goodness, it's so smooth. And then my last one would definitely be the torque. So see the difference between this and like the inline fours. The inline fours have it has a very smooth motor, but most of the power is usually up top. Oh my god! Oh! It's so freaking aggressive. So let me talk about what I don't like about it. My top one would probably be of how comfortable or how uncomfortable it can be. But honestly, you don't really plan. I mean, you could definitely commute on this, but you better hope there's no traffic, because if you're stuck in traffic, yeah, you look cool doing it, but you're gonna be in somewhat of a pain, because you're gonna be in an uncomfortable position if it's stop and go traffic. But that doesn't mean that I don't like this bike. Now, it's not to steer people away from you getting one if I say it's aggressive or if it's uncomfortable. Honestly, you should still get one, because if it's the looks that you're going for, because I mean, if you ever look for a bike, I always go with the looks first. I always go with the looks. So that was actually the main reason why I got it, is because the looks. Like, I know on the 959, the one after this, because I think they stopped making the 899, but they made a 959 which looks exactly the same, but just little minor differences. But in the UK, they have the exhaust like down here, but and it sticks out. Like, it has two pipes that are sticking out on the side. It doesn't look good at all. It looks ugly. So as far as me owning this is like my holy grail out of the collection that I got. Now I know there's other better ones out there, but it's just the experience of owning a Ducati. It's like owning a Ferrari or a Lambo, you know. But yeah, that is my little review of what it's like to own a Ducati Panigale.